Hey, I'm here today to give you a closer look at these Soowash face towels and tell you about my experience using them and washing them and reusing them. So I did reach out to the company asking for a free sample in exchange for a review. So I do earn from qualifying purchases, just to get that out of the way, but I only review stuff that I really like, so to keep it honest. And so I actually was really skeptical about this one. I thought this was one that was not going to end up getting a review posted, but I was pleasantly surprised, and I will tell you why. So you can open it in the front there. I think I kind of ripped it, but it doesn't reseal. So these are just dry microfiber cloths. You can pause and read that if you'd like. The packaging is pretty simple. And so they just come out kind of like if you've used regular wet wipes before. They come out like that. They're folded in there. This is the one that I used. So I used this last night. You can see they're really strong. And I say I was skeptical because they're supposed to be disposable, and I was like, okay, and they are disposable. And I was like, oh, how strong can it be if it's disposable? And I was reading the reviews, and everyone was like, this is the best thing I've ever used in my whole life, which is, you know, it's a cloth. So it felt a little overstated and fake. So that's why I was skeptical. But after having used it, I used this to wash my face in the shower last night, and then I ran it in our laundry on a hot cycle, which is how I would run my rags and my cloths, and then a regular dry cycle. And I was kind of expecting it to come out a little folded and, gross, but or maybe like it had lost some heft, but it really hasn't. You can see that it's just super, super strong. I tried to rip it last night when it was wet. I could not rip it. And so I will tell you that these, I don't really feel like I need to use these in place of my regular face cloths, though I will say the microfiber is nice and that probably gets more dirt out of your pores. But mom hack, what I will be using these for is these are going to live in my car, and let me tell you why. I have a lot of very young children, and if you have ever had young children in your life, you know that there's lots of messes, and there's a lot of those messes where you need a little bit more than the wet wipes that you were carrying in your purse or in your car, or even paper towels we keep in our car sometimes aren't good enough for the messes that we need. And so I'm thinking of times like when we go out to get ice cream and there's just ice cream all over everyone's hands and faces and everything, and you want to get something wet, maybe like water bottle or get some water from the restaurant, wipe everybody down really well, and then you'd be able to throw this out and not worry about it. Or I'm thinking of my kid who we went to the park one day and was running and face planted in a mud hole, and just the wet wipes were not going to cut it. I would have really liked to have something like this to wet and really wipe her down and actually get her clean. And so stuff like that. We also have a kid who gets very car sick, and it would be very nice to have something more sturdy to clean up with besides the paper towels that we keep in our car for that purpose. And so really like this. You could rinse it, bottle water in the car or something, or if you're at a restaurant, you can rinse it in the sink and continue to reuse it to clean up those types of messes. So the strength of these really did impress me. I did not, when I say that I really thought I was not going to end up making a review video for these, I really did not think that, but I am very pleasantly surprised. So I'm excited to keep these in my car to use them for that reason now that I know that they hold up so well.